Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's action figure showcase, we have part 4 of my PG era collection. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today I'm looking at part 4 of my PG era collection here, and I think we'll do one more part after this, and then we're kind of getting more into like the reality era, where like for me, I just kind of look at when the Shield debuted. Like that was still the PG era, but then that's like each era has a transition period where you see like the new people coming up. And then you can like kind of identify who the main eventers are going to be going into the next phase. And towards the end of the PG era, that's when we got the Shield, like we got the Wyatts. That's when NXT really started taking off. So after that, it's kind of like that reality era into what we have now with like obviously Seth, Roman are the WWE main eventers still. But nonetheless, today we're going to kind of look at things. So first off, I've got Cody and Ted DiBiase here. And the DiBiase, I think there was 2 elites of him. There was a black tights version also. This one is on ball joints. The other one is not. So I don't know where they changed up the formula. I could not tell you. I don't have the slightest clue which elite series this Ted DiBiase is from. But then there's also a legacy Cody elite, and obviously his elites have kind of gone up in price. I don't think it's an outrageous price to try and get that Cody, but with accessories and everything, it is a little bit harder. So what I just did was took one of his basics, and I don't think this is like a pre-legacy even version of him, but I just took the basic, made it into an elite, even used like the elite or the basic calves and everything, because I thought the boots look cool, and they've got the paint on the calves, and I'm not going to be doing any like playing or posing with this Cody. So very, very simple basic to elite conversion. I think I just used like an Arn Anderson body and just gave him some different arms, but I wanted Cody and to go with this Ted DiBiase, even though I have zero attachment to the DiBiase, and I think technically for the legacy looks I need to get him in both in black tights, but nonetheless, here they are. Next up are a couple of elite Jerichos, one in the Save Me attire, which I'm pretty sure we also got in blue in another elite series, and then the other one, I think that's what he wore at WrestleMania when he fought CM Punk. I could be wrong. I'm almost positive that was the attire, but these are head swapped, I'm pretty sure. I think that the purple one, like the head kind of sat really low, like the pegs are a little different size, so I swapped them around to try to get them closer in height, which is honestly, I think I'm going to switch them back. They're different enough with the look, like the hair on the purple one that I have just fits the other attire better, which I mean that's what it was supposed to be on, so I'll probably swap those back. I was trying to fix the height, but no big deal. The Jericho elites, I like all of them. I wish they would not put his figures go back and forth. I'm pretty sure on like ratchet joints and ball joints, and his older elites like these two are on the ratchet joints, which means you're not going to get a lot of posability out of them after a few years. Like they're going to get tight unless you throw them in some water, heat them up, but they look very good. For the most part, 95% of the figures I get are just sit on the shelf and fill up a spot for me, but these are 2 very good elites, and I mean hardly the only Jerichos in my collection. Next up, a couple of what I think are very well done elites. We have the elite William Regal as well as Heath Slater, and while I did not care, like I don't even think I ever saw Heath Slater in this era of his singles run. I think this was just post Nexus, and I think he was in the core as well. I don't know if he even did anything besides probably job out a few matches. I did enjoy him in his run when he was saying he's got kids and he had his SmackDown title run with Rhino. I thought that was really funny. But that figure, I think, is pretty much the same formula. But this, I think it's a great looking figure. I think that likeness is pretty decent. I wish there was a little more to the face. It's just very dull. Like, there's no wash or anything in the hair. His, like, True Effects would probably help. It's just, like, the eyes are painted. There's no paint on the lips. It's just kind of a flat kind of look, but that's just kind of that's how it was at the time. The William Regal, however, I think that one has a very good likeness. I like the detail in the hair there. It's sculpted on instead of the molded plastic piece like the Heath Slater. And then the robe is a hard plastic and or hard rubber, whatever. And I think it looks very good. Like, I think they did it well. It's just not, like, my preferred, like a lot of people. I would prefer to be able to move it a little bit. It's just like having a brick on the shelf. But the formula for him is really nice. I'll get the robe off. And I was not, so the only time I saw Regal with this kind of look was on NXT, and I'd only really known Regal from the Attitude Era when he was the commissioner, and always thought he was a funny character. He was really good at being the, like, authority heel kind of guy. Like, he was goofy and he was a lot of fun. So it was cool for me to see him really show off his wrestling ability. Like, that wasn't something I cared about when I was younger, so seeing him in this era and in NXT was really cool. But I think it's a fantastic figure. It's one I had to chase down. I don't know why. I don't know if a lot of people are necessarily begging for a re-release, but I think an update with True Effects would be really, really cool. I think that'd be a nice, like, sleeper pick for the Vault or Greatest Hits series. Would be this William Regal. Maybe we could get a different coat, like they could upgrade the coat, but I don't know. Nonetheless, two, I think, kind of underrated elites in my collection. Next up, we have another pairing of elites that I just think look fantastic. The Cesaro here is one of the elites that got me back into collecting. I've talked about how the Elite 22, I think, Rock is one of the figures that was the first Mattel figure that got me back in the line. But I saw this Cesaro at a Walmart before I even knew who Cesaro was, and I was just so impressed with the articulation, with the, like, leg bands on him, the U.S. title, I'm pretty sure, and he also came with an American flag, I'm pretty sure this Elite did. And I just thought, I was just blown away compared to what I had known with Jax, and it took me a while before I eventually got this, but I think it's a fantastic figure. I have taken all of my Cesaro figures and given him the larger Sheamus torso instead of the same torso that this Kofi has. But outside of that, I think his figures that we got were always really, really good. And this is probably one of my favorites. I like the leg wraps, whatever they are, like the rugby wraps, I think they were. And then obviously, like, the white tights and everything, US title, I think just the U.S. title looks so clean with him. And then the Kofi, I don't think that came with the U.S. title. We've gotten a ton of Kofi figures. The only figure we've gotten of him where I haven't loved has been the one that was like the all orange tights. Just thought that one was kind of boring compared to what we normally get with Kofi. This one is obviously his Ghostbusters Slimer inspired attire with the green and the pink. So just always really cool. Very toyetic. Kofi has always had very bright colors. They've changed his formula up a little bit. Like, he got his own unique torso. This one is the normal, well, it's the Cesaro, same as Cesaro. I guess I don't know who had it first necessarily. Evan Bourne, they've given him. But a lot with his elites, I don't think they've necessarily missed with any, but they have changed up the formula for him a lot, and I appreciate that because they try to stay on top of it with him, which is weird that they didn't do that, like put that much effort into other guys, but you get what you get, and I'm not gonna throw fit about these Kofis because I think they're fantastic, and we've got plenty in the collection. Next up, we have RTruth and John Cena, and I was trying to think what pay-per-view it was that they fought for the WWE Championship. It was like was it Capital Punishment? Capital something. where they had fake Barack Obama. That was such a weird time because RTruth was getting a major push, and I'm part of me is kind of surprised RTruth never got back to that level, because like going back and watching, I feel like he was really good in the position he was in. Obviously he is an absolute gem, like comedy wise, and WWE has always valued those guys in those roles. Whether like they don't do a lot, but they always have spots, which is why you still see RTruth around. Like I think he is legitimately funny. I'm not just like gassing him up because I love WWE and they put him in comedy spots. Like he actually makes me laugh a lot of the time. His figures I think are fantastic. Sometimes I feel like they get a little lazy with them, where they're just kind of plain. This is not one of those instances. I don't know, like he changed up his attire. It's never like one specific thing. But this one, he's got the blue pants. Like I think they did the RTruth down the side really well, and then the vest he comes with is so cool. I don't know if we ever got that released again. I think it's just a one-off vest that they gave him. This would have been great for a JTG, like give him this in black. I think that would have been really nice to give with his elite. But this RTruth is fantastic. Like we rarely get ones that just look alike. This one, they almost always have a different head sculpt, different attire. They get the tattoos in there. There's just so much going on, and I think his figures are fantastic. And then the John Cena here, I'm pretty sure I have the shirt for him somewhere, but I got this one off eBay loose. I think I got it in a lot. I've just been trying to kind of pick up some more John Cena's, and then I put on the double jointed arms, gave him some of the wristbands that I had repainted from a Top Picks figure, and just kind of fixed that up and gave it the modern pieces on it with the True Effects head and everything. I think it was like a black shirt with blue and red letters that he's supposed to come with, and then I just threw the World Heavyweight title. I don't even know if he had the belt while he wore this attire, but he's held them all. So I have a lot of extras. I just figured I'd throw it on him, but that's just one of the John Cena's and RTruths we're going to talk about today. Next up, we have the Amazon Takeover Jeff Hardy, and as well as the COO Triple H figure. And I don't remember, is this Triple H figure a Build-A-Figure? Maybe? I got it loose off eBay for $26, which I'm pretty sure is a huge steal now. And even when I did pick it up, I don't remember why I got it as cheap as I did. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It is very tall. It is way too tall for Triple H, but I just bend the legs, put them on the shelf, and you don't know the difference. I really like this head sculpt. I wish I would like to get a Triple H with a ponytail like this with no beard. He kind of had that look, Ruthless Aggression era, and I know I had that look for some of my Jax figures, and I would love that, but the gray suit Triple H here, I really like. I've talked about with the Laurinaitis and Teddy Long. I really like those suited figures. Anytime we get suited figures, which Mattel's doing more, I typically like them. I like getting guys outside of just their normal ring attire. Jeff Hardy here, I realize is missing his towel from his back pocket, but it was the Amazon Takeover. They used a bigger torso with him, same torso as Shawn Michaels when they made his Amazon Takeover figure. It's too big. The AJ Styles is what they use on his next Ultimate Edition, and that was much more fitting, but at least we've got the tank top to cover it up a little bit. But also it's unfortunate because they've got all the tattoos on him, and it kind of covers that up. Outside of that, he came with 3 different head sculpts, and I think they're all very nice. I think this is an awesome figure. I think it was pretty hard to get on Amazon. It was a pretty big pain, but who knows? The Hardys may be slowly trickling their way back to WWE, and then I'll cross my fingers that we finally get all of the elites and whatnot of the Hardys that I would like. But until then, this is a great PG Jeff Hardy, as well as Triple H. Next up, we have the awesome Truth here, and I'm pretty sure that run I was talking about with RTruth, him and Miz were still kind of working together. I know that I think these two wrestled. Maybe I could be completely wrong. I'm pretty sure these two tagged against The Rock and Cena. Is that right? At Survivor Series, Pretty sure. Could be wrong. I have to go back and watch. Anyway, the Miz here is in his brown and black attire, and the coat, I think this is based off WrestleMania. Could be wrong. I put the WWE Championship with him, WrestleMania 27. Arguably the worst WrestleMania. I know plenty of people don't like WrestleMania 9. I'm very nostalgic about that because it's like one of the first ones I watched. I went back and watched WrestleMania 27. I thought it was awful. I thought it absolutely sucked. The RTruth here is the latest great hits RTruth, so it was redone, double jointed arms, true effects. The true effects on this sculpt for me are wonky, so his eyes are not in the right spots. But if you like this one compared to his other figure, are so different. Like this one's got black pants instead of blue. Even just not looking at the upgrades with the double jointed arms, he's got the like ribbons tied around his wrists, different gloves. He's got the armbands. Just it's so cool that they put a lot of effort into RTruth's figures, and I appreciate that because I think he puts a lot of effort into his own character, and I think that comes across well in the elites that we have. But that is just one incarnation of the awesome truth. We are nearing the end here, and as we got during the PG era, was the return of Brock Lesnar to WWE. He came back and obliterated John Cena, and I'm pretty sure he wore the green attire. So I went ahead and threw these guys together here. My Lesnar, I got some of the just sticker, before I could apply decals. Curb Stomp used to have an option where you could get like stickers just to put on your figures, and that's what I went ahead and did because I couldn't apply a decal to save my life. So I've got his sponsorship stickers on there for these tights. I went ahead and put these. I'm pretty sure the knee pads were not on this elite. I could be wrong. I was thinking they were only on basics, but I like these knee pads for the Lesnar figures. I think he doesn't need a ton of articulation, and I think they look good. Like, I think they look the way they should for his figures. All of his figures are, like, formula-wise, they're very good, and this figure's no exception. The John Cena here, same formula as the other one we had. This might be a different torso. I didn't upgrade this one, which we did get re-released in the WrestleMania line. I'm pretty sure that WrestleMania wave, I don't know if it came with a t-shirt. It definitely had like the green attire though. And I think this one was like a Toys R Us Money in the Bank, like a pay-per-view exclusive. So it came with this Money in the Bank briefcase, all the, like the hat, the armband, the shirt, and a ladder, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. Which I got it in the box off eBay. It was not mint though. The box was beat to complete hell. But the figure itself, I think, is amazing. I don't know if I'm going to end up picking up the newer one just for the molded armbands, but this does it more than gets the job done. So great looking John and Brock here. We've got one more chunk to look at. All right, last set we're going to look at today is going to be a couple of CM Punk figures, and I, for one, cannot wait for Mattel to re-release all of his figures with double jointed arms, true effects for the tattoos, and the head sculpts. I think they're going to look awesome. I cannot wait. I'm not going to be happy if they're released on ratchet joints again, which they probably will be, but also maybe we'll get the, like, Pete, hopefully what we get is the this elite torso works fine for me. No issues with this one for CM Punk. But if we could get the Pete Dunne legs that are a little bit thicker on ball, I'm pretty sure those are on ball joints, they're pinless, that would be perfect for CM Punk. I'd be very, very happy with those. So I'll keep my fingers crossed. I assume we're going to see a bunch of CM Punk as San Diego Comic-Con, both like in the case and as far as digital renders go. Until then, we've got a couple here, and one is the red one is the attire he wore when he came back after I think after Money in the Bank. This is what he came back. I gave him a different head sculpt than what I am pretty sure came on the Elite. And then obviously the Money in the Bank attire, I think that's Elite 16, is iconic. I know there's a lot of people, this is like one of their like grail figures, and I think it's awesome. Like, I love the attire, the moment. People love CM Punk, obviously, and I'm not even like a massive CM Punk fan, but I watched him when he initially came to WWE, kind of watched him grow into what he became, and that's always really cool when you can see people go from the bottom and make it all the way to the top. So just a couple CM Punk figures. I have a lot more. I have a bunch that I'm going to actually be doing on Work in Progress Wednesday. Before too long here, hopefully, I'm completely redoing my man cave. I'm moving it to a different part of the house. It's going to be awesome, but it's going to take me a while. So hopefully the videos just keep on coming. There's no issues, no interruptions in me doing like showcases and everything. Shouldn't be a problem. But just know that there's plenty of cool things coming to the channel. And yeah, so that's going to wrap everything up for today's showcase. If you like what we're doing here, we have the previous, 3 parts of the PG era showcase, as well as a bunch of other things. I've been trying to make a list of different showcases I can do, different Work in Progress Wednesdays, unboxings, whatever. So if you guys have some ideas, things you'd like to see, you can go ahead and throw that in the comments. Outside of that, please continue to like, share, subscribe, and remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude, out.